Now let's move on to the Raptors' future. As Brian Windhorst points out, don't assume Kawhi needs to sign a 5-year deal. A potential 2-year deal with Toronto could set Kawhi up for an even bigger payday in 2021 free agency. That would give Kawhi 10 years of NBA experience and the potential to earn significantly more, which is up to 35% of the cap. So, Scottie, if Kawhi re-signs with Toronto under any deal, should they be the favorites to win the championship next season?
I'm going to say no, based on the fact that, you got LeBron and AD together now. That's a tough duo. I don't see it. I give Toronto a lot of credit for what they did this season and what they was able to do to the Golden State Warriors. But, you kind of caught a depleted team in the Warriors, and if you're facing the Lakers and they're healthy, I don't see how it could happen.
I say yes in the moment just because if Kawhi does stay, Toronto's so deep, I think they get through the East and then they find a way against whether it's the Lakers or somebody else. But, guys, I don't think Kawhi's staying.
LeBron James went to the finals 8 times in a row.
Yeah, he did.
I still say if Kawhi goes to the Clippers,
Okay.
that's where I would lean in the moment.
Oh, okay.
But we'll see what happens.
Because the Clippers could still open up more space. They have the ability to do so. They've got some movable assets to potentially, if Kawhi were to go there, create a second max slot. So that would make things very interesting if the Battle of LA turned into AD and LeBron versus Kawhi and player X.
And a friend.
Yeah.
Right. But this is the issue for the Raptors. They're so deep and they have so much talent and the system is in place. But Kawhi is the star. And this ties back into what we were saying about the Celtics earlier in the show. You can have a great team that tries hard and wins and gets to maybe the second round or even the Eastern Conference Finals. In order to win a title, you've got to have a guy like Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
And if he leaves, their shot at going back-to-back is
I would agree with that. I think we're all in agreement there. But the Raptors would have some concerns potentially. Marc Gasol, he has an option here potentially. He may opt out. He may opt in. We don't know. I think a lot of that depends probably on Kawhi, right, Scottie?
Yeah, I would think so. I think this team really have to start at the head to see where Kawhi is going to land. If they're able to retain him, then it makes sense for them to try to keep that team together and try to defend their title. But if you lose him, I don't even see them being a factor in the East in terms of being able to continue just to win the Eastern Conference.
What about Nick's idea of Kawhi potentially going to the Clippers? That's been rumored plenty, certainly. If Kawhi ended up in the Clippers, how do you view them as a potential championship contender?
Well, still, again, LeBron with AD, LeBron with me, LeBron with anybody. It just makes it just makes him very difficult to defend. I think we're all forgetting how tough of a competitor LeBron is, how tough of a matchup he is. And now you got AD to throw in that mix. You got 2 of the most difficult guys that you have to guard on the floor. They dominate their position. They're not just an average. They're dominant in their position. And when I look at them on paper, I don't care who you put out there on the court with them, they're going to be very hard to match up with. You're going to have to double team them on every touch, and the other 3 guys are going to be shooting wide open shots, a lot like what we saw Andre Iguodala doing in the finals.
By the way, you heard it here first. Scottie Pippen is willing to play with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So if Rob Pelinka's interested, he just said he might be. So
I'd say I'll take that 12 seed.
Sounds good. Clarification there. There you have it. All right.